What's good, Critic Gang? Back. Another video I just posted about how I'm, gonna start trying to turn this channel into a reaction channel and, focus more on that side of it. I've been watching surf for a long time and it's fun, but that's besides the point right now. I just wanted to touch base real quick on what happened with the Bills game last night. Bills Mafia all day, every day, but football went completely out the window last night. If you watch that game, obviously you know what I'm talking about with Damar Hamlin when he went down like that. And we see these big hits in football all the time, from little loop to high school, college, NFL. Hits that, you know what I mean, they look like they knock you out or take your head off, or bad concussions, or look what happened to Tua a couple weeks ago. When he had that bad concussion and he was laying there with his fingers all messed. That was hard to watch. You know what I mean? Especially as a father. As a huge fan of football, but now being a father, and when I seen that happen to Tua, like last night, the game, it didn't even matter. Like that's somebody's baby out there. His parents were watching that. They're at that game, watching that game. Like, can you imagine being in the stands? If you have children, you know what I'm talking about. That feeling, like when my child falls and even scrape their knee. You know what I mean? I start having a panic. Oh my God, are you okay? You okay? Yeah, let me kiss you. Just from falling and bumping their knee. But to see something like that, I could never imagine. And last night when Damar Hamlin went to make that tackle, didn't even look like a big hit. Looked like a regular old tackle, and he got right back up. I was watching the game, so I watched it in live time. Got up. 1 second later, he passes out completely backwards onto his head, and you see, the other player point right down to him, like, what the it just happened. It happened like that. And it didn't even look like a big hit, which is crazy. And when he hit the ground like that, I knew it was no concussion, nothing like that, because he didn't stiffen up, nothing. He just, boom. And, it's not like a concussion where the medical staff runs out there and, they wave their fingers, ask a couple questions. No, like, he was out. When I heard that they were doing CPR, and then they also had to use them shock things, whatever the hell they're called. I can't even think of it right now. Can you imagine watching your son, your child out there getting CPR done in the middle of the biggest game of his football career yet, at 24 years old? Might go on to win a Super Bowl. Biggest game of his year for first quarter. And now he's getting CPR. That's not, getting a crackback and getting your bell rung or getting smacked and getting back. No, he couldn't breathe, which means if he had laid there with no help, he would have died. Talking about football, a game. This man, they were giving him CPR for over 8 minutes. They had a shock to get his heartbeat back up. Critical condition. That's somebody's baby. 24 years old, that man, not to, you know what I mean? I'm a little bit older than that, but he's a kid still. If that was my baby, I would have. And his mom was there, rode in the ambulance to the hospital, man. Prayers to your family, bro. Prayers from everybody. And you've seen after the game how distraught his teammates were, the coaches, the other players. And not only that, but that lets you know that he was a good dude. that everyone on that side, the whole Bills team was in tears. Tears. Stephon Diggs went and took his equipment off, called an Uber, went straight to the hospital in Cleveland to be with his brother, teammate, brother, whatever you want to call it. And then everyone surrounded on the field praying for that man. Outside the hospital, arm in arm, Cincinnati Bengal fans and Buffalo Bills fans. As it was when Buffalo and that Tua Tagovailoa situation. The only sad, shitty part of, the only part of any of this type of shit is, why does it gotta take such a tragedy for people to come together like that? You know what I mean? At any other point, that game was such a big game last night. So much on the line, so much at stake, that those fans probably would have attacked each other and beat each other up over that game. But then tragedy strikes. Everybody comes together. That game don't matter. That game ain't got. We'll give them 5 minutes to recoup. 5 minutes to recruit. What if that was your son? You just watched your son die and was getting CPR. 5 minutes to recruit. You talking about a game? Yeah, it was the biggest game of his life, no doubt. You think he woke up that morning thinking he was gonna die in that game tonight, possibly? Being in critical condition still with tubes down your throat. 24 hours ago, you were a superstar football player. AFC Monday night, all the lights on you, thousands, eyes on you. And not only that, he was making a play. He came up and made a good tackle. In the biggest game of his life, he was showing up. 2 minutes later, he's on there getting CPR. That shit's crazy. And you gotta appreciate every day, man, with the ones you love around you, because watching that game, you think, oh, he's about to win. I'm gonna go. He might be a Super Bowl champion. Now he may never play football again. You know, when I had kids, it changed my whole perspective on everything about how, I would give my life to save my babies, to protect my babies. And for a parent to have to sit out there 1 minute cheering for their son who worked his whole life to achieve his dream, and he did it. And now he can't breathe. Playing again, he may never speak to his mother again, let alone play football again. Just a sad situation, man. My prayers to your family, Damar. That's the Bills Mafia. Anyone dealing with something like that. But Damar, man, I hope to see you back on the field soon, brother. I don't even mean to say that. I see you back and healthy soon, brother. And when you're good enough, because I know all those football, I mean, you made it to the NFL. You got that fight in your heart. I guarantee if you would have woke up, you would have went back into the game. So, just get better, and we're all praying for you, brother.